In the next 20 minutes, you are going to learn exactly how to build $1 million a year real estate company in a brand new market. If you don't know who I am, you're just finding my page. My name is Cole Ruud-Johnson. Since 2017, I have been in the game of off-market real estate, sourcing deals direct to seller. And in today's video, I'm focused on one thing. Is if I was hit in the head and dropped in a new market with no resources, no tools, how am I getting back to $1 million per year in a real estate business within 6 to 12 months? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. You're going to be able to leave this video and replicate exactly what I give you. And to start, let's break down the numbers. Right? The reality is, with the strategy we're going to be talking about today, which I believe is the best strategy if I'm in a brand new market, I got hit in the head, wake up unconscious, and I need to make money, is wholesaling. I don't have the capital and resources yet to flip or do development or anything else in the real estate game. But I can find deals, I can sell them, I can make a check. The first thing we have to understand is $1 million per year in revenue is about $83,000 per month. Let's round up to $100,000 per month just to make this even and easy to reverse engineer. Or for $100,000 a month, let's say first, we're gonna have to choose our market. We're gonna get into choosing our market. But let's say I wake up in a market like Tennessee, and where my average deal size is gonna be about $20,000 per deal I do. I need to do 5 deals per month or 60 deals per year to meet that $1 million per year goal. 5 deals per month is probably gonna take me about 50 leads to get a deal. 40 to 50 leads. Let's use 50 to be very conservative. So I need 250 leads per month, or about 10 leads per working day in the month to reach that goal. So that's one of the problems we're going to have to solve. But if you're watching this video, one of the biggest things I employ you to do is really reverse engineer your goal, where you're trying to go, and really focusing on profit and what you actually want to take home from your business. I have buddies of mine that have grown huge real estate companies but make no money. And I have some that run small operations but make a lot of money. And I usually opt nowadays towards lean and mean and profitable over a big machine that has a lot of overhead. And I believe the dream real estate business is that. It's something that's lean and mean and profitable. And that's what I'll be talking about today. So without further ado, let's get into the video here. So as you can see on my screen here, there's 5 core things that we need to do to get this right. We need to choose the market. We need to understand the foundational items that we need. We need to make sure we have the right leads in marketing, the right sales process, and we build the team around us. Because again, the goal here is to not build a prison. It's to build a really, really good team around us that can help us buy our time back. So to start down here with choosing our market, you guys, a couple of things that I like to look at when we talk about choosing a market to do real estate deals in. We talk about choosing a market, and we go to understanding how we make that decision. Okay, my number one thing is try to start in your backyard. So if you can, unless you're in a random area of 20,000 people, try to start your real estate business in your backyard. Or if you're watching this video, you already own a business and you're trying to expand, try to focus on your backyard first. If you can, it's easier to build a reputation, easier to build a brand, easier all around to build the business you want to build. So after we understand starting in our backyard, the next thing we have to focus on and be diligent in is deal sizes, potential deal sizes. Right. I see a lot of people try to scale their business in markets like Alabama or Louisiana or North Dakota. And to be honest with you, deal sizes are not big enough. So we want to see an ARV of 350,000 plus. That's where we can get those $20,000 plus deals if we're going to be starting our business wholesaling. Or if you're flipping, I believe you should want the same thing. You should want 20,000 plus deals, 50,000 plus flip profits, easier to scale. You need to do less deals, less complex, less brain damage overall. The next thing we want to choose is, typically speaking, depending on the size, 1 to 3 counties to start with. So for some of you guys, if you're in a market like Los Angeles, that could be just Los Angeles County. If you're in San Diego, that could be just San Diego County. If you're in a market like Arizona, that could just be Maricopa County. So it doesn't have to be a massive, massive, massive list of counties, but you want to start with a core area. And to me, I kind of like these days outskirt counties. And so what I mean by that, for example, if I come into Seattle, Washington, and I come into Maps, and this is where one of my companies, HelloPad, has operated for years, and you see the core King County area, which is just right here, you're going to have a higher cost per lead. If I was just starting and trying to build this thing super fast, I'd probably come more to the outskirt market. So I'd come down here, down to Olympia, Tumwater, a little on the outskirts, which is called Thurston County, which you're going to get a little higher deal volume, lower price points, but a little easier to get deals done quicker. You could also go east, and you could go to Eastern Washington, go to Spokane County. You could go down here and you could go to the Vancouver area, Vancouver, Washington, right on the border of Portland. So that's just an example. You know, if I came down here to San Diego, and I said, hey, instead of going in the proper San Diego area, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to come up into North San Diego County, this area, or I'm going to come inland a little bit, this area. I'm going to go south, this area, right? So you don't want to necessarily be in San Diego proper, LA proper, Seattle proper. If you want the quickest deals right away, if you're just trying to get this thing off the ground, if you're more experienced, you can, but that's my 2 cents on the market. So I like outskirt counties, right? Why? You're going to get a higher volume of deals and leads. And one of the biggest things you need to build your skills is you need reps. And the way you get reps is by having the right leads in the door. So the next thing we need to get is the foundational items that we need. Okay. And this is just bare bones basics, things that I recommend to have if you're really starting to get things off the ground. First time, I recommend having a simple landing page, somewhere traffic can go. If they hear about you, you can create that in Investor Carrot super easily. I recommend a simple CRM. Right now, I'm recommending ReSimpli as that simple CRM. I think it's pretty straightforward, pretty standard, pretty easy to use. So Investor Carrot and ReSimpli. The next thing I recommend every single person have is a title and escrow company that's investor friendly. And you can call them and ask them. They understand investor transactions because title and escrow companies can make or break deals. So you need to have a good title and escrow company, in my opinion. Okay. So, and boots on the ground. If you're in a market where you don't live, having some realtor partners, calling realtors off Zillow, we've done a ton of that, and just building relationships with people so they can go walk properties for you. They can help you as you build your company is important. Leads and marketing, you guys. And there's so many misconceptions about marketing. And marketing in real estate. One of the things you guys have to understand is for some reason in real estate, we don't believe we need leads. But if you don't have leads, you don't have a business. And people are so afraid to buy leads. And I implore you to think of real estate marketing as an investment, not an expense. As long as you follow up with your pipeline of leads, you're going to get an ROI. You're going to get a return on that money, which is ultimately what matters, right? So when we come to marketing, you guys, if our goal is to get to $1 million, we reverse engineered the numbers earlier. We need to get to about 10 leads per working day to hit that goal. And I like if you're early on, outbound marketing. So that could be cold calling. That's usually the easiest one. And with cold calling, if you hire through a service like Easy Button Leads, which is going to be down in the description, if you hire through a company like that, one agent's going to get you 2 to 3 leads per day. So to be conservative, we need 4 agents per day cold calling for us to meet our lead criteria. So what is that going to cost us? That'll cost you about $8,500 or so per month to get there, roughly in that range. And that includes your data, includes everything. So with that being said, how do we get to this point, right? How do we get to a point where we can afford this? Well, what you want to do is you want to kind of start yourself with, some guerrilla marketing, I call it. And until you have the capital saved up, what you can do is buy a list from a website like PropStream. I recommend an absentee out-of-state list. You can also get a vacant list, tax delinquent list, etc. And you can skip trace with Easy Button Skip Trace. And you can start cold calling on a dialer like Batch Dialer, or someone on your team can. And you can, one deal in most markets, 20 grand, you can start scaling your marketing efforts and getting to your lead target goals. And the target goals in this example, in this video, are 10 leads per business day. And that's how we're going to get there. And we can diversify marketing streams later, but I'm very big on one marketing channel per $1 million per year in revenue that you want to do. So we have sales. And sales in the real estate business is very talked about the wrong way, right? We need to stop thinking like we are car salesmen. So we are not car salesmen. What we are solution providers. Okay, what does that mean, you guys? What does it mean to be a solutions provider? What does it mean to be someone that is so good at solving seller problems they want to sell us their house? Well, there's a couple things that we have to remember, and I want you guys to really take away from this call today. And I made other videos on my channel, so make sure you subscribe here about really understanding the sales and the seller avatar that we're working with. There's a couple things we have to remember, you guys, is most sellers we work with do very few real estate transactions. We don't want to be smarter than our sellers. Most sellers we work with, typically speaking, are going to be going through some kind of situational, emotional, or psychological distress. Most sellers have a perceived value. And one of the biggest things that I get when people come in and to use our product for lead generation or anything is they start saying, oh, the notes say they're not that interested. And I'm like, well, do you know their perceived value, right? What are they either running towards or running from? And how can you help them get there? And I give examples of perceived value, and perceived value is really the thing that's making someone even consider selling. The thing that's making them wake up in the morning and say yes to your phone call, they might consider selling. Yes to your postcard, they might consider selling. Yes to your going online, looking up sell my house fast, going on your pay-per-click and clicking on your ad that they're thinking about selling. Why would someone do that, right? There has to be either running from something or running towards something. And your job in this business isn't to do car salesman techniques and to be very aggressive with them. Your job is to find where they're going or what they're running from and provide real solutions for them. And those solutions can be anything from helping them with a moving company, helping them find a place to go, their next apartment, helping them find a storage locker or a self-storage facility for if they're hoarders, helping them understand the process, right? Providing a lease back so they can stay in the house after you close. There's a lot of ways to get creative with this. Ultimately, you don't want to choose their perceived value for them. I can't tell you the amount of times we've gotten into understanding a seller situation and we focused on them and their issues. And they wanted to work with us because we were going to help them find a place to live. And that was more important than an extra $20,000, $30,000 from a different buyer. And so you never want to guess what your seller's perceived value is. One of our biggest deals of all time, an $175,000 assignment fee in Washington, Sammamish, Washington. The seller was a builder who had a lot of money. The guy was wearing a $50,000 watch when we showed up and met him. This was years ago. And his biggest perceived value was he looked at us and said, I love seeing young guys hustling and I want to help you guys make money and start your career. And his perceived value was kind of being in that mentor role, feeling like he was kickstarting our career. And if we would have guessed, we wouldn't have met him, we wouldn't have treated him like a person, focused on his issues, we would have never found that out. So you want to make sure you're focused on understanding their perceived value of their situation. Team. What kind of team are we going to need to build this business? And I want to keep you, if you're watching this, at 50 to 60+% net profit margins, right? Profit's all that matters to me. And to do that, we're going to have a very lean and mean team. The first position that we're going to have here is an admin assistant. Okay, that's someone to take away the redundant, repetitive tasks in your business, right? If you guys are spending time doing emails, Slacks, billing, invoices, finance management, CRM management, KPI tracking, anything that's repetitive, that can be list pulling, skip tracing, that can be handed off to an admin assistant. The second thing we would hire is a part-time transaction coordinator that would handle most of our paperwork, walkthroughs, signings, etc. The third positions that we would hire would be an operations manager. That's someone that can help with marketing. They can help with strategic projects. They can help with some team management, some process management. We would then go hire out of marketing, right? So we'd hire a company like Easy Button Leads to handle our marketing. We would then hire sales. That would be a lead manager, someone to work new leads, an acquisition manager, someone to close deals, and probably if we're wholesaling, a disposition manager. If we're not, we don't need them. And that would make up essentially our team to do this, to get to this goal that we're talking about here in this video. The coolest thing are, you guys, you can hire most of these positions overseas. In our community, we have something called the hiring pool, what the hiring pool is, it's a platform we built because we make so many hires where you can come in and hire pre-vetted talent at cost. We don't charge you for it. And the beautiful thing is our community is $27 per month. And you can see that below at this video. So if you're looking for not just more stuff of this blueprint, but hundreds of training videos, a community of hundreds of real estate entrepreneurs, weekly live calls, one-on-one onboarding, and a one-on-one business plan, and tons more value beyond that, and being able to hire these kind of positions at cost for $5, $6, $7, $8 an hour. You can do that down below in the off-market method community powered by Easy Button Investor. Again, if you're new to my channel for this video, everything here is to help you do direct seller deals. If you're a developer, a flipper, a real estate agent, a wholesaler trying to do more real estate deals, you need to master off-market acquisition. It's not a $10,000 problem. If you look at your career, let's say you just do 20 deals per year and you average paying $10,000 in assignment fees, you're paying out $200,000 per year that could be going in your pocket and compounding for your business. Now extrapolate that over 10 years. If you just have a 10-year career, that's $2 million, 20-year career, $4 million, 30-year career, $6 million. And that's before that money even compounds, which probably becomes a lot more than that base number. So it's a very important problem you should spend time solving on my channel here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. We also have the Easy Button Investor podcast. Wherever you consume podcasts, we have the audio podcast. Similar content to this, you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. Same kind of value, same kind of content. And of course, our community is down below. If you need leads, you can click Easy Button Leads /easybuttoninvestor.com down below for leads. Can't wait to get to know you more, your business, and make sure you subscribe here to my channel for more content like this. Until next time, remember, you are only one deal away.